Hello, my fellow Ugandans. Today, I want to talk about how we can revive our economy and make this country a better place. Let me tell you something. On Monday last week, when you saw that the Electoral Commission has given opportunity people to go and pick nomination form, you saw a lot of people coming up to pick nomination form. Some of them, they're just jokers. I'm sorry for calling them jokers because they don't have anything. They don't have even a plan how to build this country. Not only having a plan, they don't even have a vision or even a manifesto. But the people are just, so far as I know, the numbers so far rise to 120 something. For heaven's sake, it's still amazing. Anyway, that is a sign that to show that the current government in power that really there's a problem. Okay, but for me, if for those who have been following me from day go, you know very well that we had a plan and we had a purpose of how to build this country better. We've been planning for these things for over 10 years. But still, we are going to say if we have not made it there into the ballot, we will not give up. We will still be in the 2031 election. We'll keep pushing, but at least this is a very good foundation. But our prayer is that we should make it to the ballot and see how to bring freedom and fair justice to the people in this country. Now, today I want to talk about how can we build our economy back. First of all, the biggest problem we have in our country right now is the problem of unemployment. Of course, that is what is eating us. And secondly, we are looking at borrowing of the government. The government is over borrowing. So that means our country is depending on borrowing from the World Bank, from our local domestic commercial banks, and the other global institutions. Now, if they cannot help us to revive the economy, the question will be, Michael Chidega, what is your plan to build this economy back to normal? Yes, my plan is one. Last time I made a statement, I said we need to introduce something called the hourly pay. Why do I mean by the hourly pay? Because the number of people who are unemployed in this country and they are so talented, there are too many. So by introducing an hourly pay, it will help us balance the equation so that at least everyone have something to do. And those who have finished working a certain period of hour can also go and manage their personal business. And that's how we revive our economy. Then the other thing that we need to work on is that to invest in the Ugandans who have businesses, for example, those who are in informal sectors, and how can we make sure they come out of informal sector and they make it a bigger project? Those who have a business, like a company that's already running, how can we invest into their business and make sure that it expands bigger and recruit more Ugandans into their business? Now, when you look at what is going on is that the government is busy putting money in a project or in a program that is not yielding any fruits. So why can't we get those billions, those trillions, and we invest in these the Ugandans who have businesses or the small sector businesses, and we see how can they expand and also uh, recruit more Ugandans. Okay. Then the other things also we're looking at by the in my government, we are looking at how can the government invest into the commercial institutions like banks and so on to allow them reduce the interest rate and then allow the Ugandans who have businesses to borrow loans from them at a lower interest rates, okay, to allow them expand their businesses. So we are looking at all that that way of how to build it. The other thing we're also looking at it's about Ugandans who already have a business which is already set up, and they would love to import some of the equipments to boost their business because of the innovation currently which is happening. Of course, we will give them a tax-free holidays to make sure that every equipment they are going to import, we give them whoever is a Ugandan and is a businessman, we make sure that he gets a tax-free. Now that is one of the things I'm looking at. So I believe by giving by strengthening the Ugandan businesses, whoever has a business in this country, and by also government is also creating businesses to allow uh, a business which is managed by the government. For example, like we need to introduce back the hotels. Remember, we had the hotels before, but then the government has sold them to the private sectors. But we can get them back to see how we can manage of course, the problem of unemployment, but also revive back our economy. I think that is one way I think it's going to be better for our country.